A critical day in court for a former D.C. police officer who shot a young woman to death during a training exercise. Coming up on D.C. News Now at noon, a live report on what her lawyer is saying before she heads into the courtroom. And later, an old program coming back in Montgomery County, how it helps people struggling to pay their rent and how you can apply for help. Good afternoon, and thanks so much for joining us for DC News Now at noon. I'm Randy Bass in for Mark Hall on this Thursday. We start by taking a live look outside this afternoon with a look at your forecast. A very beautiful sunny day. You can see the Potomac River a little bit there in the background, the sun shining down there on the White House. And of course, our meteorologist Damon Matson is tracking it all for us. Damon, how's it looking out there?
Randy, the first day of September.
How about
that? I know. Time is flying by, but yeah, sunny start to this new month, no question about it. We're carrying over those beautiful conditions from yesterday, but right around the corner, it's going to be the Labor Day weekend, and things could be changing a bit. What changes should we expect before we get our holiday plans all set up? We'll let you know in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. Developing now, D.C. police arrest a 16-year-old boy in an armed carjacking in Southeast. It happened on 3rd Street on Monday. Police say carjackers approached the car with a gun. One of them fired a shot at the car. Police are looking for other suspects. This is just another example just this week of teens involved in gun violence in the district. One anti-violence advocate says it's like a train drove into town and unloaded guns for every kid to have. DC News Now's Marielle Carbone spoke with people in the area who say kids need more support to stop this, and parents need to play a role.
A school on lockdown, 2 teens shot, another arrested for pulling the trigger.
And why he going to school with a gun?
Janice Williams says her niece goes to Idea Charter School where the teens are students. She believes there's not enough support for kids in the city, which is leading to the violence.
Without a village, they feel like they out there on their own, they teaching themselves everything, and half of the time it's the wrong thing.
It's tragic, honestly. A lot of the youth don't know no other way.
Joel Super is one of the people building that village. He's a youth ambassador with the Alliance of Concerned Men. It works to prevent or intervene in youth violence, in part by helping them build a sense of worth and teaching conflict resolution.
Because once you let them know that, you got to uphold yourself in a certain manner, they won't do as much stuff as get involved in violence things because I'm better than that.
Super says right now, too many kids as young as 12 and 13 have guns because they feel like they need to.
It's really a pride thing. It's really an ego thing.
He's helping his mentees change that mentality, but he says parents need to play a role too.
If the parents were more involved in the kids' lives, they most likely wouldn't go down that path. Most likely.
Parents have to talk to their kids.
Police Chief Robert Conti agrees and says there needs to be consequences for kids shooting guns.
You're taking them off of children, 15 years of age, who decides that, the best way to resolve a dispute is to pull a gun and shoot somebody in front of a school. That's unacceptable, and I don't care how old you are, you have to be held accountable.
Reporting for DC.
Now listen to this. DC police tell us they've recovered 72 firearms off the streets in just the last week. Some of those guns, at least 4 of them, were taken from people under 18. And this afternoon, a new poll shows about 2 in 10 Americans have been shot or threatened with a gun. The Associated Press reports those numbers are higher among Black and Hispanic Americans. More than 5 in 10 Black Americans and nearly 3 in 10 Hispanic Americans say they've had either a personal experience or know a close family member or friend who's had an experience with gun violence. Happening tonight, making his case to the nation, President Biden travels to Philadelphia for a speech at Independence Hall. The White House is calling for a battle for the soul of the nation. He'll talk about the political movement led by his predecessor and make his case for how it poses an extreme threat to democracy.
What the president believes, which is a reason to have this in prime time, is that there are an overwhelmingly amount of Americans, majority of Americans, who believe that we need to continue. We need to save the core values of our country.
Now, presidents rarely deliver primetime speeches. They typically do it to speak directly to the country about issues they consider of major national concern. And ahead of tonight's speech, a new poll shows how Americans feel the president is doing. The Reuters and Ipsos poll finds 38% of Americans approve of Biden's performance. That's down from 41% just last week. The economy is of a major concern for voters. A third of Republicans and a quarter of Democrats pointing to it as the top issue. Happening now, Donald Trump's legal team is about to make a major argument in a case for evidence found at his Mar-a-Lago resort last month. The former president wants a special master to review those documents. That hearing gets underway in just a few minutes at 1 o'clock. The Trump team also arguing that there is no cause for alarm, that the National Archives should have expected to find classified material among the 15 boxes Trump turned over in January because they were presidential records. The filing released overnight is his written closing legal argument before today's critical hearing. If Trump's team gets the federal court to appoint a third party to review that evidence, that would pause the investigation into his mishandling of government records. Happening now, stepping up and helping people struggling to pay rent. In Montgomery County, an old financial aid program is coming back. It helps tenants experiencing financial hardship due to COVID-19. Right now, there is no deadline to submit applications. The rent relief program launched in May 2020. County records show it has distributed nearly $80 million in financial assistance. Some of the requirements: you need to pay rent whether you have a formal or informal agreement. Second, you fall into the median income area that is at or below 50% of the entire county. This breaks down the middle income of all households in your area. You've lived in Montgomery County for a full year since August of 2021, and you've been behind on rent since June of this year. Damon, I don't know about you. I am excited to get out today. Gonna go walk the dog after we're done here today. It's so beautiful outside. Not a cloud in the sky.
Not a cloud at all, Randy. Yes, we are looking forward to another beautiful day here. So however you can get outside and enjoy this weather, take advantage of it. Check it out. These current temperatures. Yeah, we are warming up. We are going to be back into the 80s in and around the DMV today. But as we enter into this new month, not that we're going to see any sustained fall-like air as we move forward for the next couple of weeks here, but signs of it are popping up across the upper northeast. Look at that. Some light yellows and greens indicating those 50s and lower 60s. So yes, we are a little bit cooler out there to our north, but at least here at home, going to stay warm this afternoon, but at least it's still going to stay beautiful with these temperatures in the middle to upper 80s.